Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this webinar on career prospects of electronics and communication engineering. I'm Dr. Inbarsan Muniraj, an assistant professor here at EC department in SRMAP University. I we will go through some of the career prospects of joining EC department in SRMAP. The content of the webinar would be, before we talk about the career opportunities that's available for EC engineers, we will talk about the faculties and some of the key subjects, that helps you in shaping your future. And we will also see why to join SRMAP, specifically join AC at SRMAP, and within which we will talk about a few key points like a department coordination committee, semester abroad program, mentored projects, and GATE GREILs for higher education supports. And we'll also talk about industry internships, and we will finally see what are the lab facilities that we have at EC department here at SRMAP. Finally, we will go through some of the recent student projects. If time permits, we will talk about that at the end of this presentation. And should you have any questions during this presentation, please feel free to stop me at any point of time. I'll be happy to answer your questions and go forward. As I mentioned, so we will quickly talk about the faculty profiles we have at EC department. So we have one of the best faculty profiles here, here in this country. Like, we have all the faculties have PhD across, several premier institutes across globe. Most of our faculties have got their PhD from, top abroad universities. Like you can see a list of universities that, we faculty have got our PhDs. And we also have, people have got their PhDs from some of premier institutes in India, like IIC, IITs, things like that. So, we have mixed combination of both abroad and Indian institutes, where we have, a best minds have been selected to give best lectures to the upcoming students. Now, if we talk about the key subjects that you'll be studying in the EC department, like when you join the course for ECE, there are several things that we address, like right from the basic electronics to the top, or the advanced courses like AAML, artificial intelligence and machine learning, to the IoT, like several applications of IoT. So you'll be studying all the subjects right from the basic electronics to the advanced subjects. I have listed some of the key subjects here, which tells you, what kind of subjects that you can expect when you join EC department here at SRMAP. And I also have updated, I have also given some of the industries where you can go once you have an expertise in some of the subjects. For instance, if you take the first one, like you'll be thought about C programming, Python, data structure, object oriented programming, and Java programming. Once you have an expertise in one of these subjects, you can easily get your a job in the software industry. Likewise, if you have an expertise in other subjects like electronic circuits, basic digital and analog electronics, you can go and have a job in the hardware industries. So as you could quickly have a look at this red color font here, it says that the out of this subject, once you have a degree in the EC department, you would not just have a job in the software industry, you would also have an opportunity to go and have to work in the hardware industries. We will talk about briefly in coming slides this, just to give you what kind of subjects that we are studying, you will be studying in EC department. And someone could ask that why would you study EC, specifically at SRMAP? Why don't you study EC elsewhere? To answer that, I have come up with several topics which would tell you why you should choose your EC department at SRMAP. To begin with, we have a Center for Academic Assistance. As I mentioned, like we have faculties across the globe, with PhDs across the globe, and we can deliver best lectures. But sometimes students feel a little bit hesitant to ask professors some sort of questions. In that sense, like we understand people hesitation, but we expect you to talk to us. But if you don't if you don't feel comfortable to talk to us, we have a thing called a Center for Academic Assistance, where you will be able to talk to the your peers, like master graduates and the PhD graduates, where they will be able to tell you in a friendly manner, so that you will be able to understand the course content very easily. And some people, when someone wants to join ECE, they would expect to have a hands-on experience on hardware. To address that, right from the first semester, we have the workshops, to work on the Arduino, Raspberry Pi, and PSP designs, where you will be asked to work on the hardware implementations. So once you've done some kind of projects, you will have the confidence to go ahead and do your own research projects in later during the course of your undergrad. We also have a session or a course called the ISCP. It's called the Industry Standard Coding Practice. We know that we are all the industry is moving towards the software, and to address that, although some of the courses that I have mentioned in the previous slide would have the software programming, to specifically give you guys more emphasis on the coding, we are providing training course on coding practice. We call it Industry Standard Coding Practice, which includes the software programs that you will be using in the industries like C++, Java, and Python. We also have included an employability skills, like if you wanted to go for a job after your undergrad, most of the people would have the basic personal skills, like better communication skills, better aptitude skills, everything. But some people may have come from a different background, like they may not have proper education in their schoolings because of so many reasons. To address all those concerns, we have included one of the curriculums, the subject called ISES. It's called Industry Standard Employability Skills, which helps you improving all your personal skills, which is required for your programming, which required for you to get a job in any kind of industries. As I mentioned, we also have advanced courses like which is need of the hour, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT, embedded system, quantum electronics. Some of them are offered as an open elective. If you wanted to learn some of the cutting edge technology subjects, you can go ahead and take yourself, because we have offered multiple minor subjects. I have listed few of them here. So there are several minor subjects you can you can take that, and you can get expertise with the subjects there. And we have a thing called UROP, undergraduate research project, and MDRP. A faculty at ECE have got a 2 crores research project. So we are working on several different research areas, and we will be encouraged to work with one of the faculties should you find our research interest intriguing. So once you find interesting, you can come and talk to us to work on multidisciplinary research project. As I mentioned, we have got a 2 crores research project, so you can work with us on various type of cutting edge research. And we also have encouraged students to go and have the internship details, like industry internships. We will talk about the internships in a later slide. I have a list of the internship companies where our past batches have successfully completed their industry internships. And the final year project is known as a capstone project. So once you have all the basic subjects learned, once you study all the basic subjects, and once you have an expertise on particular thing, you can go ahead and explore on your own. By the way, like you can innovate your own interest. So once you do, if you wanted to do that, there is always faculty who can help you in doing so. So once you have such kind of project, it will be much easier for you to have better job profile once you finish the course. And, based on so we are also helping you to publish papers. It's not just we always expect you to go and study the exam and write the exam. We encourage you to do involve in multidisciplinary research project, as well as if you could publish papers, you will be stand alone in the crowd, because every year there are several lakhs of engineering students coming out of India. So if you wanted to stand out of the crowd, you should have something special. So we are encouraging you to have publishing papers, to have that on our CV, so that you look different when you go for an interview. And we also have a mentor-mentee system. So each faculty will be assigned to some of the students as a group. So once the student, they have a regular conversation on, on all the topics that I have mentioned before, like, it could be industry standard coding practice. They will tell you that they will guide the students where to go for, and, what program to choose, because there are several things that the student can learn. And, as an expert in the field, a mentor faculty can give you best advice on which to study, on which to not to waste your time, things like that. This mentor and mentee system have been helping the students for last couple of years in SRMAP. Like we have the faculties here who are more friendly, will be more happy to give you any kind of career advice that you wish to have with faculties. Also, we, as I mentioned, like we also giving an employment skill training here. More specifically, if a company is coming, let's say there is a company coming for an interview, and what we do here is we conduct a mock interviews, and we tell you what kind of expectations, what kind of expectation the company would have in you, and we will teach you what kind of things that you need to be familiar with this in order to pass the exam, or in case the interview is conducted, we will tell you what kind of things that you could expect in an interview. All kind of specific training will be given to you before the company arrives to the campus. And after people say that, okay, we have studied all these courses, and what next is the most important question everyone should ask, like everyone ask in their career. And to address that, we have come up with the areas that EC engineer can go to start with. We have a core job. You can go for a core job which is specifically expect EC engineers. No other engineers can replace that. Only specific EC engineers will be able to get that particular jobs. To talk about that one, we have Intel, we have all the manufacturers, computers and laptops, we have mobile phones. All the manufacturers would be looking for an EC engineer. And if you don't want to go for a core job, you can also have you can also go for a public sector units like Bell, NTPC, ONGC, ISRO, DRDO. There are some of the public sector units in India where you can go and explore your job opportunities there. And some people might be interested, once they, even if they finish the EC engineering, they wanted to go for software jobs. With this EC degree will not limit you to just the core and the PhD jobs. You can also go and have the software jobs, because we are giving you ISCP, industry standard coding practice. With that, you can go and have a job on the software industries as well. And some people might be saying that, okay, I don't want to go for a job straight after my undergrad, I would like to go for higher studies. And to be honest, EC is one of the top branches which gives you better opportunities for higher studies. You can go and have your higher studies in various universities, like top universities like MIT, Stanford, and Cambridge. There are several universities where our students have got their higher studies. I'll go through details in the future slide. And some people might be interested in pursuing their master degree or the higher program within India, for which they need to have a GATE exam. We will talk about how the GATE exam will be useful, and where are the places with the GATE exam a student can go to. We will this the curriculum of ECE would also help you to succeed in GATE. And there's a thing called industry stand um, engineering subject. Like you can have you can also get a better place in UPSC. Like once you clear the UPSC, you can have a better position here within India. And some other opportunities, like you can join the Air Force, because as an electronic engineer you will be expected to design so many electronic parts for the Navy and Air Force things, so you can also join there. And finally, we have a here at SRMAP, we have a thing called IDEA, which helps you in building your own startup. You can also have a better entrepreneurship career once you finish your EC degree with us here at SRMAP. So as you could see, EC degree will not just limit you with a core job or the software job. There are multiple opportunities that you could get once you finish your EC degree. Some of them are listed here. All right, and this particular slide talks about some of the sectors, key sectors that's emerging in India. This was adapted from Indian government website, like which is called Invest in India. So where you can see the electronic industry is growing as we progress, and the worth of the electronic industry is like around 400 billion US dollars, and they expect it to be we reach there at 2025, and we are the second largest manufacturers of, as I mentioned, smartphones, all the electronic components. So once you have a better degree at ECE, better degree with engineering background, in electronics background, you will be able to contribute to the ongoing Indian industry, right? there are some are core jobs that you can really pursue your career with, as shown here. Signal processing is one of the topics or one of the fields where you can really go and do your research once you finish your undergrad, or you can go for an industry job on signal processing, because we have 4G communication networks recently with us, and we are expecting 5G in near future. So once you have the basics of signal processing, you'll be able to develop your own algorithm for 4G and 5G, which will be more useful for you to take a part in the upcoming revolutionary techniques like 5G, 6G, things like that. And communication is one of the fundamental courses of ECE. So again, it could be related to 5G, 6G technologies, and microwave, VLSI, embedded AI, ML, artificial intelligence, machine learning, control system, telecommunication. These are some of the core jobs where EC engineer can explore to. And as you could see from the below of charts here, the growth of the industries here is exponentially increasing. Like we started with low value, and we're expecting a high growth over the years. So we can expect this growth grows exponentially. So there is no software industry can go down, it can crash down any minute, but hardware will always be there, because there is no replacement for hardware. So we can, and as it can shown in the figure, you can see that it's much useful for to have a hardware engineering degree. So some of the industries which visited us, for the recruitment, and we are also in talk with some of the people, and these are some of the industry jobs where EC engineer can explore to. So I have given some of the logos, and there are a list of companies, like dozens, thousands of companies where you can really go and get a job there. And these are some of the PSC jobs which EC engineer can go to, like as I mentioned, DRDO, NTPC, Indian Oil, things like that. So there are, the list is too big, we won't be able to have that in one slide, but you can explore yourself with a list of the opportunities that EC engineer could have once you finish your degree. And this is a placement chart, like it tells you how many people have graduated from EC department. So we had a registered number of students in 2021 batch, like which recently passed away, like they passed their degree a couple of weeks before. So they were 56 students, out of which 54 students have got a very good job. Out of 54 students, a few of them have got multiple jobs. So as you could see, the number of offers which was given was 76. The placement percentage is about 96 percentage, because there were two students which they're trying to find their dream job. So we have 96% of placement, and the highest salary for EC engineer was given as 10 lakhs per annum, and the average salary, if you take from the 76 job offers, it was about 5.37 lakhs per annum. And as I was saying that EC engineers can also go for Indian engineering services. With that, you can have a better bureaucrat profile. Like you can go and have a really good profile at in the Union government of India. So the subjects that you will be expected to have at Indian engineering service would be, there are two papers. The exams would be based on two papers. As you could see, the subjects that are expected in the paper 1 and paper 2, most of them are related to EC engineering syllabus. So once you have the EC engineering, it will be easy for you to have clear the Indian engineering services exams as well. And to talk about specifically about EC department, like that, okay, up until this point, someone can say that, okay, I can study EC at anywhere. Why should I go to SRMAP? What is unique about SRMAP? To begin with, department coordination committee. So I don't think we have this kind of committee anywhere in the country. What we have here is that it's a coordination committee between students and the faculty. So students can organize students can organize a group, like they can elect a person called a DCC, like a DCC coordinator, department coordinating committee coordinator. So once the person is elected, the only condition is that the student should have a CGPA more than 7. Once they have the CGPA more than 7, a student can be elected, one from male and one from female, obviously. So when you have a representative, the representative will be able to solve all the problems that you may be facing during the course. of the 4 years. The faculty member will be listened to the coordinator, like the coordinator, DCC coordinator will be able to talk to the faculty members or the HOD. They will be able to solve the problems within the department itself. They don't have to stretch it too long. They don't have to wait for so many so many steps to solve the problem. They can just talk to coordinators of the department and the head of the department, and they can solve the problem within the department. And the next thing that I wanted to highlight here is semester abroad program. This is one of the unique opportunities that we give for students here at SRMAP, which encourages and supports students to go to abroad universities. We have signed MOUs with several universities. I will go through the list of the universities which we signed MOUs with, and students can go there on a fifth or sixth semester, to finish their one semester there in that institute. And there is one institute where they can spend 2 years of their undergrad within that institute, because we have made a MOU with that particular institute. As I mentioned, so there are a few students which have been benefited using this semester abroad program. 5 EC students have gone to University of California, Berkeley, universities of Wisconsin, Madison, USA. This is unique to SRMAP. So there is not many programs available for undergrad students in India. They'll be able to go outside the country and learn the best of the technology from the best of the minds outside, right? So we will be sending students based on the CGPA, and there will be some kind of financial supports will also be given. That depends on the university they are choosing. And there are some of the list of the students who have got their master degree once they gone for the semester abroad for 1 semester, and they find the laboratory or the institute where very useful, and they converted and they wanted to do the master with the same university. And some of them have got because of the semester abroad program, some of the students have got multiple job of some dream companies, because when you go for an interview, people will always be looking for, okay, so you have studied in Indian Institute, what is the difference between you and the other person? When you have this kind of semester abroad program in your CV, the CV talks about it, they will be seeing the difference within you, right? And we also have an established a club called a higher connect club, which helps the students to go and find their master degree program or the direct PhD program, depends on the university they are going for. As long as you have PhD CGPA is higher than 8 or 9, you can directly ask for a PhD once you finish your undergrad. There are few universities will be able to offer you direct PhD out of your once you finish your undergrad program with a very good CGPA. And we have few of our students have got admission into top 100 QS universities. Every year the rankings are different, but these universities where our students have gone to is really one of the best institutes around the globe. And the list is given here, and we are expecting this student will be having a better career in that universities. And these are some of the achievements of our department. As I mentioned, there are several people have gone to abroad universities for their master program with annual scholarships. It will be waived off with your either a tuition fee, or they will be given as a monthly stipend. You can study for free. Some universities would expect you to they would expect you to pay some money, but most of the universities in Europe will be able to give you free studies. And as I mentioned, we have established a higher connect club. We will be able to tell you each and every process, right from the admission, and to get the admission, right from visa and everything. We will be able to assist you with all the stages of your application process. And we have an unique thing called a mentor projects. We are expecting our recently passed out graduates who will be working in a dream companies. Let's say 56 of students have 54 students have got a better job from ECE. So we will expect the students to help the upcoming engineers. If you are in the third year, they will expect to we will expect them to have a collaboration with them, and you can go and have your projects at the industry. Since they are from SRM, since they are alumni of SRM, you will find it much easier for you to do some kind of internships inside the company. As part of curriculum, we are encouraging our students to have an industry internship at the third years, at the beginning of third years, fifth semester. So if you have an industrial internship, it will be much useful for you to have your a job at the industry at the same place once you finish your undergrad there with us here. And these are the internship details of 2017 and 28 batch. So 2017, which was a 70 students group, and 57 have gone for internships, and the number of hours they have got was 95, and the percentage, if you see, it's 81. And for 28 batch, 247 students have registered, and the internship percentage, and the look at the companies that they gone to, and the percentage 2018 batch attained was 55.4%. And with the SAP abroad program, like the semester abroad program, students have also got an opportunity to work in the some of the abroad companies like Canada, Eon Wireless. So this was one of the unique about SRM AP EC department. So students from EC department have had this opportunity to work with the foreign companies, right from B.Tech program here with us. And we are also talking with some other companies like Eaton, Salesforce, Qualcomm, for hiring our students for internships. As I mentioned, we are also giving a support for a GATE exam. So once you have your undergrad with us, and we will be able to help you with a GATE, if someone is interested, we will be able to help you through the GATE exam, which is nothing but a graduate aptitude test in engineering. So once you have this exam written, and once you have an excellent score on GATE, you can go and have your MTech or ME degree from top institutes like IIC and IITs, and all other top institutes in India. And this is not it. Once you have a GATE score, you can also go and explore your higher studies in abroad countries like NUS Singapore would expect GATE scores. As long as you have more than 90% of GATE score, you will be directly admitted into NUS Singapore, NTU Singapore, with very good scholarship there. Technical University Germany is also expecting also admitting students with a valid GATE score. And so there are several universities also started to accept the GATE scores. And there are not just GATE is not just for the higher studies. You can also use the GATE exam to enter into one of the top engineering companies of India, or the or the government companies like AAI, Airports Authority of India, Baba Atomic Research Center, so things like that. So you can with the GATE score, you can definitely go and work with these people. And there are public sector universities which give you which hires good GATE score candidates. You can also apply for there are several companies like here listed here, which expect you to have which allows you to join the company without the GATE score as well. You can just go and appear for the exam. Like they usually conduct their own exam. Every industry conduct their own exam. So once you clear the exam, you will be able to have an job opportunities with one of the central government institutes here. About the GRE, which is a graduate record examination, which is widely acceptable in Western countries like United States, Canada, and some of the European countries as well. So once you have good score at GRE, you'll be able to get a better position at some of the top engineering institutes like MIT, Stanford, Cambridge, and for which you need to have a better verbal reasoning and quantitative reasoning and analytical writing. So these are the three things that will be examined in the GRE. And we are giving support to the students of SRM AP in the EC department. We are providing the support to clear the GRE, as well as TOEFL and IELTS. And as I mentioned, there are top universities that you can go to once you clear your GRE, like MIT, Stanford, Harvard, and everything. And the support that from SRM AP would be like we will support a full tuition fee for the first semester for the students who are getting into top Q's ranked universities. And we are also giving a financial a monetary support, like $10,000 was given to the previous students. So you can also expect the same thing once you have valid offer letter from universities between 10 to 25 which is ranked by QS ranked universities. All right, and as I mentioned, we have signed MOAs with several institutes. Like some of the institutes are given here, and with this institute, you can go and have your one semester program. You can study there for one semester as long as you have a better CGPA here, and we will be we can send you there if you are interested. You can say we can send you there, and with this Illinois Institute of Technology, you can there is a program we have signed with the IIT. So Illinois Institute of Technology. So we have you can spend 2 years here and you can spend 2 years there, and you can have a dual degree with Illinois Institute as well as SRMAP. So we have signed MOUs with these universities. So yeah, you can either go for a semester abroad program or the program that I mentioned, 2 years here and 2 years there. All right, again, the TOEFL or IELTS as well as GRE. So we are, we have tied up with a company, people outside. So we will be bringing them inside to give you guys a necessary training in order to clear the TOEFL, IELTS or GRE, because the exams are, tested based on several different things. Although we will be able to give you, and a few of them, we won't be able to cover the complete thing, but SRM have tied up with some of the best consultants outside. We'll be able to bring the people inside, and then we can give you training on the better, on the, to clear this exam in a better score. And as I mentioned, we have the Higher Connect Club with, with established, all the information. So if you wanted to, talk to some of the people, you can search for this keyword in the, Google, and you can find the contacts there, and you can see what kind of support we are giving at SRM here. And this is not just it, like it could be a software industry, core industry, or PSUs or foreign institutes. This is not it. You can also go and study yourself after your B.Tech. There are several things that you can study, not just the core techniques, core topics like AIML or advanced signal processing. There are several things that you can study out of engineering syllabus. Some of them I've listed here, like economic course. You can also have your MBA. You can also go for different service. There are several things that you can do after your EC degree, because the syllabus is designed in a way that it won't stop you with studying or working with a core industry. You can explore yourself in several different fields. To help you with progressing in your undergrad as well as after your undergrad degree, we have established several clubs here, which is called IEEE Club, Lions Club, Higher Connect Club, OACSP, Student Chapter Club, Antenna Microwave Club. So these are the clubs I've designed by mostly by students and monitored by faculty. One of the faculties, like for instance, I'm monitoring the OACSP student faculty. So it will be mostly involved by students. Like students will be able to explore their own research, and they'll be able to do whatever they would like to do, out of the, it's kind of a more extracurricular activities. So they don't have to stick to the syllabus that they're studying in the universities, but they can do that something that they find interesting. So the faculty members which is attached to the club will be able to guide you with that career progress there. And these are some of the labs that we have for ECE, ECE department, which is electronics laboratory, which is industry ready. Like all the equipments that you are finding out here will be able to, these are some of the top level equipments which you can find it in the some of the higher industries. So once you are familiar with this kind of equipments and programming language that you will be taught inside the laboratory programs, you will be able to succeed in the in your role that you will be getting in the industries. And this microprocessor controller, this microwave lab, and we also have a lab for VLSI and DSP. We are establishing some of the labs for 4D imaging and the cryptography. So as I mentioned, we have two crores fundings from several research grants, like most of them from Indian government. So we have got the fundings, and we are working on several different research projects. So if you find anything interesting, there are several faculties. So if you find one faculty's work interesting, you can directly talk to them and see what kind of thing that you can develop within the within the period of 4 years, which is not just for 4 years. Well, you can always have a contact after your undergrad program as well. And these are some of the projects which was done by our students, 2018 batch students. We call it undergraduate research project. So since we teach you guys the basics here in the university, and we expect you to do the basic laboratory programs, we will not limit you with the basic programs. We will expect you to have some kind of advanced programs, and these are some of the outcomes of our students who have proposed several different things, and some of them have been converted to journal papers. And this is the capstone project, which is the final year project, which was done by 2017 batch, in which they have they cleared the exam last year, a couple of weeks before. Some of them have been again converted into journal papers, and we wish you would have, your research will be listed here in coming days. And with that, I would like to conclude my talk. Finally, I would like to tell you that you are not only going to work with the computers, but you will learn how to build the computers, and that's what ECE department will give you at SRMAP. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to take it. Thank you.